The more you listen to the language, the better you get at it, right?
Yeah, but
So this is my
while reading book, there is no listening activity.
Yes, hi, how are you?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. But about you?
Nice, doing well. I think we're meeting after a month or so.
Yeah, it's been 1 month.
1 month, right, right. So how's your practice going on?
Yeah, my practice is going good. I took a break from Clapingo because I want to
Uh-huh.
consume some content. Uh, I had my exam also.
Okay, okay, okay. You had to, what content you said?
Like related to my exam only.
Hmm. Okay, okay. Nice. How were your exams?
Yeah, my exam was good as expected.
Okay, nice. What exam was
Exams.
it exactly?
Yeah, it was UGC NET examination. I'm preparing for uh, assistant professor.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah. So my exam took place on 13th December, and then I started after that I started taking classes. Sorry, attending classes on Clapingo game.
Mhm. All right. Nice. So the last time we met, I think we were talking about some different topics and all. So how is it going now? Like, are you practicing like actively, or you're just doing something?
No, as I said, I was on a break, so I haven't did
You haven't done
anything
anything.
related to.
Okay. So today's Saturday. So like, what do you usually do during the weekends?
Yeah, I usually spend some time in the evening in a
Mm.
park. Yeah,
Mm.
all the time stay in a room only
You
because
don't
of
go
study.
outside.
No,
So how are you able to study for that long hours? Like, do you follow any technique of studying or something?
no, I follow only an academy classes. I joined an academy, so their whole day their whole day there is a plan for a day. So
Hmm.
2 3 classes in a day, then revising, then
Hmm.
quizzes, mock test. So this is how I'm preparing.
Hmm. So basically, they have a plan, like for whatever you're
Hmm.
doing throughout the day.
I follow their plan.
Nice. That is really nice. Okay, so do you have something to do throughout the day?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so what shall we like? What do you want to talk about? Do you have any questions or any particular topic, or shall I share something with you?
Yeah, today I want to discuss about reading habit, reading habit, how reading books helps a person for their communication skill.
Definitely. So I'll just quickly tell you my experience with reading. So when I was trying to improve my communication, maybe to crack an interview that at that particular point of time, I started with a book called The Law of Attraction. I still remember that. The language was really simple. And so reading not just helps with your communication, it also helps with your overall understanding of the world. And it also depends on what kind of book you're reading. So imagine if you're reading a self-help book, you will learn a lot about human behavior, about yourself. So yes, communication is everywhere. Like if you read a philosophy book, there are words which you can use in your conversation. There are phrases which you can use in your conversation, right? So I think the most important thing while reading is to uh, first of all, you have to read very actively. You don't need to try and finish a book. People, what they
Hmm.
do is they purchase a book and they think that unless I finish this book, I cannot move to another one. They have this thing.
Hmm.
It is not a curriculum or it's not school that we have to finish a book and then move to the next one.
Yeah.
I would say if you read a book for about 40, 50 pages and you don't find interest in it, leave that
Hmm.
book and read something else, right?
Yeah.
One more thing, it's important to underline new words, but yes,
Hmm.
always use a pencil, never use a pen. That is not right because that mark
Yeah.
will always be there if you use a pen.
Hmm.
Okay, that is one thing. And I think it is if you find a book really interesting, read that book again. you will notice that there
times,
are
two, three
some
times.
things, yeah, at least two times, not sure about the third time. Like if you read a book twice, you will in the second time you will find a lot of new details which you missed in the first
New
reading part,
understanding.
right? It happens, so you can always do that. Okay, speaking of reading, so if you talk about from a very evolutionary perspective, when human beings started to when the evolution was happening, there was nothing to read. There was only something to speak, to communicate
Speak.
through your speaking skills, right? So speaking skills are really important. And what else is important? Listening. You listen and then you reply. You listen. So this reading thing came after a long, long time. I'm not saying that reading is not important, but in my experience, the more you listen to the language, the better you get at it, right?
Yeah, but
So this is my
while reading book, there is no listening activity. There is only writing. So we are only watching and consuming content. So it will help in communication.
Hmm, yeah. So imagine if you read a book just for the sake of improving your knowledge, that will have a different impact. But if you want to read a book from a perspective that you want to improve your communication skills also, you have to read it line by line, every sentence by sentence, and word by word. Not even if you don't want to know what's happening in the story, you can read it from that perspective. So that matters a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
And the best way to improve your communication skills is to talk as much as you can, make mistakes, rectify them, again make mistakes, rectify them, and then eventually you become good at it, right?
Yeah.
So this is how it works.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
sometimes I feel boring while reading. So what we have to do for this?
That means you're not reading the right book.
Yeah. So I
So
have to
okay,
change.
there could be so I would say, see, it's not the book. So every time it will never be the book. So imagine if I'm reading a book which I really like, but the other day I'm not in a zone, I'm not in the mood to maybe grab
To read.
some knowledge, I will eventually feel bored because this is how our brain works. The brain is also always looking for instant gratification, instant happiness. And when you read a book, you don't get the happiness instantly. You get it after some time when you reflect on whatever you've read so far, right? That is one reason of getting bored. And apart from that, the second reason could be that you're reading a book which is not really interesting and something which you're not able to comprehend. That could be one. So imagine if, see,
Language
I
is
love
not
to
easy.
read, language is also not easy, maybe. So personally, I love to read philosophy. But if you give me a mythology book or maybe a science fiction, eventually I'll get bored, right? I can't read too much mythology or science-based things because I love to read philosophy and literature. So this is the kind of book, the genre also matters a lot, I would say,
Listening
right?
matters.
This is the second. Overall, reading is a very good habit, like not just for your communication, your knowledge, it also like stops your brain from aging very early. The brain also has age, it forgets things, and there is
Yeah.
called something gray matter which develops in your brain. So it just slows down that process, and you feel active, your brain feels young. So it's just like if there's a car, and if you don't drive that car, eventually that car will go like it'll go bad. You won't be able to drive it. So
Yeah.
same thing goes for the brain. If you don't have anything challenging for your brain every single day, new information, it'll just do the normal things of daily life, and eventually you'll not learn something, and you'll not grow as a person intellectually, right? Yeah. So this is my overall perception for reading. And the hard and fast rule is to not purchase a lot of books and then try to read them. First of all, understand what you want to read, purchase one book, read it, then go to another. You can have a library at your home, but if you don't read those books, that library is
Not work.
nothing. So I read this interesting quote somewhere which said that a person who doesn't read has no advantage over a person who cannot read.
Right.
Did you understand?
Yeah, I
It's very deep.
understand.
A blind person cannot read. I have eyes, I'm not reading. I can read, but I'm not reading.
I'm
I
not
have no
reading.
advantage over that person. That person is, that person is helpless. He or she cannot read, but
Disabled.
I can read. Yeah, they're disabled, but I can read, but still I'm not reading, so I have no advantage over them.
Yeah. So
So
I am
these
the
are
same
some things.
person, same person as a
Even I am that same person at times, but whenever I get a chance, I just don't miss it, because even if it's, you will realize the power of reading. Even if you read for 10 minutes, you feel so good. And 10 minutes is nothing. Like we can waste your 10 minutes watching Instagram reels or just doing nothing, looking at the ceiling, just lying on the bed. But if you just try to utilize it, those 10 minutes, it is a lot. We say that we don't have time. Every person has the same amount of time. You, me, the richest person on the planet, everyone has 24 hours, right? How
yeah.
you use them, that matters a lot. So this is my observation.
Right.
So yeah, read, and don't give yourself a deadline that you will finish a book in 1 week. You will finish a book. You will finish 50 books in 1 year. No, just say that
Yeah.
I will try to read as much as I can every day. This is the best thing, because there is no
Hmm.
goal attached to it that I'm going to read half an hour. But if you just read 5 minutes, then you'll feel guilty that I was supposed to read for 25 more minutes and I did not read. So this is how things work in my experience.
Yeah. I recently started reading and I enjoyed this a lot. That is why I'm asking how it will help
Yeah, yeah,
me.
yeah. Like, which book are you reading these days?
These days I am reading Bachelor in Goa and I bought another book, Robin Sharma's Who Will Cry When I Will Die.
When you, who will cry when you will
When
die?
you will die. Yeah.
Robin
When
Sharma,
you
that
die.
book in blue color, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
Blue, yeah, blue cover page. Yeah, this one. I love this book. I've read
Yeah, so
his A Monk Who Sold Ferrari, and this one
mm,
also. And very interesting, simple language, and you understand a lot of things. It improves you as a person as well. So very
okay.
important to understand what you're reading, and I think it's amazing to read. Be a reader and just read whenever you can. Don't give yourself unrealistic expectations that you will read for 1 hour every day. You cannot do that. I have tried it. No one can do that. Consistently, I can do it for like 2 days. Third day, I will not feel like reading. So it's fine.
Boring.
But whenever you get any opportunity, you should read. It is really, really amazing, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think COVID time was the time when I read a lot of books. So because there was a lot of time during
Yeah, that
COVID
time I was
itself.
busy with the government job examination, preparing for government job
Yes,
examination. That is why
I understand.
I was not able to read any self-help book.
Hmm. I can totally understand that. Yes, I mean, self-help books are easy, nice. I used to finish one book in like 1 week that time. I read about 10 books so far. And there are some books which I've read twice also. Again, like this book by Jay Shetty, Think Like a Monk. I read it
Yeah,
twice.
it is also very
Very,
popular book.
it's a popular book, yes, Think Like a Monk. And it was released in 2020 only, and that was COVID period. So yeah,
It is related to what?
it's about his journey only, like how he became a monk and why is it important to think like a monk and how our minds work, the chatter in our mind which never stops, and the concept of monkey mind, like the mind which goes from one place to another, and how you can just calm yourself and stay and focus in the present moment. It is all about that. Nice book. Language is easy. It's like 250, 270 pages. Interesting, like very good experience of reading that book. I
Okay. Yeah,
personally liked it.
I will also read that book.
Yeah, you can
So
do that,
like
but
so many
try.
people suggest me about this book.
They must have recommended you this book. But try and complete this Robin Sharma book if you find it really interesting. Because as you have purchased these books, I think you should read them.
Yeah,
Don't
first
just buy
I'm going
and
to read this only.
yeah, take your time. 1 month, it's fine. You can easily finish it. maybe, and the best thing is to read at the same time every day. So maybe set a
Okay.
timer in your phone, an alarm on your phone that maybe it's 6 p.m. and you have to read for 20 minutes. Set a 20-minute timer, read it, move on. Or maybe plan that I will read one chapter today. And maybe let's say there are 12 chapters in the book. Within 2 weeks, you can easily finish that book. So
Yeah.
this technique may also work, although it depends on person to person also. But yes, if I were you, I would have easily, you know, I read in this way, chapter to chapter, or maybe pages to pages, or I just mark that I'm going to read this much. It also depends on how much you feel like reading in that particular day and at that particular point of time. So it's a variable. It doesn't stay constant, right? Mm. So yes, it's a good hobby that you're developing. Keep doing it, and make sure you don't miss out the important vocabulary, because if you
Yeah.
just skip the words, you will not understand what's happening. There
Yeah,
are some words which are
underlining.
new for us. Mm.
Yeah.
There will be some words which will be new for you, and I want you to just practice, right? Yeah. So that will be great. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have any other question, you can let me know
No question. Thank you for
regarding the books.
suggestion.
Thank you so much. Yeah, these are suggestions as per my experience. If you talk to a person, a different person, they will have their own experiences. So
Yeah.
listen to people, but always experiment. So if I say
Yeah.
that you should read one chapter every day, don't follow my whole thing, because that can work for me. But what if it doesn't work for you, right?
Yeah.
So these are some things which we have to take care of. All right. So I'll see you next time then, and then tell me how many pages you've read and the vocabulary which you've found out, and we will
Okay.
discuss those
Yeah.
words. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I told you about a YouTube channel, if you remember.
English speeches.
Yes. So have you been doing something on it?
Yeah, I watched videos, some videos. Yeah,
Hmm.
like Muniba Majari's video, and there is a Palki Sharma's video. Palki or
Palki.
Polki? Palki, yeah.
Okay, wait. Muniba Mazari is one. Palki Shar. Oh, yeah, yeah. Muniba Mazari, that is the most watched video on that channel. It's a
Yeah.
story by that Pakistani girl. Amazing story. I was really
Yeah.
touched by just her story, the kind of things she faced in her life. And what a great speaker, what good confidence. See, not just communication, you're also learning other things also, like about people.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful YouTube channel. You should follow that.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much. Bye, sir.
Good Saturday. Bye bye.